What's up, folks? You know what I almost did? Instead of switching the screen over to the live portion, I almost hit in stream. That's when you know it's time for some coffee. I was like, all right, let me just switch it. Oh, that's the in stream button. Don't do that. What's up? So my internet's working right now. Okay. Now I need to say this. I need to be very clear. My internet issues are not resolved, but I have decent pockets of pretty good internet until it doesn't want to be good. And then it becomes garbage for like an hour, and then it comes back. There's no explanation. There's no rationale for what times it works and what it doesn't. But I did do a couple speed tests, like 15-20 minutes prior, just to make sure. I didn't want to start this and then like it immediately goes to garbage. Sounds like a good time. End and start the stream. We're just here for the starting soon. That's all we're here for. We're not here for anything other than that. Nice to see you, by the way, Bobo Laveau, an inner joke here. And Matt Elder, nice to see you, Matt. And Jeff, what is going on, Jeff? How are you? Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Nice to see you all. Thanks for popping in. There's probably a logical answer. We just don't know it. Yeah, we don't know it. But I've been trying to take advantage of when I do have internet by uploading the enormous backlog of live streams to my YouTube channel. So I've put on like 9. I've uploaded 9 full live streams, and these are massive files, right? These are the full 3-hour doodle stream episodes, or the 2-hour studio live stream hours. And I've got 9 of them up, and I think I have 6 left. Because it's been about 2 months of like weekly, twice a week streaming that I haven't been able to upload. So, but there is no rationale. Like yesterday, I uploaded 2 of those videos, and they take like a couple hours to do. And then as soon as it's done, you know, I'll wait a little bit and I'll just work. And then I'll be like, yep, internet's seeming pretty garbage right now. And I'll do a speed check, and my speed has dropped to like 0.3 megabytes for a download. It's like, your internet is very slow. I'm like, yep. And it lasts, it's like total garbage, and it'll last for like 45 minutes, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and then it goes back to being fine again. Never ends. So hopefully we don't have any issues today. I apologize ahead of time if we do. But right now, it seems okay. So I figured I'll go live, because this is the normal live time. And as you guys notice, we've got spooky branding. Now, I officially start the spookiness on October 1st. But guys, I am so busy. I am so busy. I am hurtling towards burnout like a comet. But I'm so busy. I got a lot of stuff this weekend I got to do. Also, there's not going to be a doodle stream on Friday because I have a very important family thing we have to do. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I have not been talking about it. I was promised furries. You'll get furries. What's up, Ray? It is Tuesday already. You will get your furries, I promise. But I can't do it. I've got important stuff I got to do on Friday. And yeah, I haven't talked about it because it wasn't a for sure thing. So, but it pretty much is. It pretty much is. At this point, it pretty much is. So my wife, who's been aggressively trying to get into law enforcement forever and ever, for years. She has a degree in criminal justice. She's wanted to be a cop. She's applied to be a cop in police departments, different roles around New England, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, not New York. She's like, not New York. I'm like, okay. And she hasn't been able to get anywhere with it, which has been bizarre. But whatever. You'd think they want cops, right? But she finally, 12 weeks ago, got accepted into the Hampden County Sheriff's Department, which is in Massachusetts. But the reason I didn't say anything is because she had to go to boot camp. Like real boot camp, like military boot camp. Not even joking. Not even slightly joking. Like military grade boot camp. Are you moving? No, it's not that far away. It's like 30 to 40 minutes away. Thank you, Joke. Thank you, Ray. I remember when she graduated school, and got her criminal justice degree. And she's been applying even before then, right? And after, of course, more aggressively after she got the degree than before, but still. So she still is in the Sheriff's Department Academy, and she's been getting paid. It's a job, benefits, paychecks, but she's not officially an officer until she graduates the academy, and it's a 12-week academy. And I mean, she started day one, folks. Day one, 3 cadets quit. Day one. So I was like, you know what? I'm not really gonna say anything about it. Not that I don't have faith in her, which I do, but I'm like, anything can happen, and I don't want to be like, hey, look, and then oops, never mind. But this Friday is the conclusion of the 12 weeks of boot camp. And she has a graduation ceremony on Friday. And it's a big deal. It is a very big deal. We actually have, she has a couple of her sisters. She has a very large family. She has many siblings. But 2 of her sisters are flying in from Texas to attend. So we have a really busy weekend ahead. And I'm picking them up from the airport on Friday. The graduation ceremony's on Friday. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I feel like I maybe could do the stream, but I'm like, nah, I can't. I don't want to try to like get all of this. I don't want. There's too much going on, so I'm not gonna do the stream. I'm sorry. Super congrats. She should. Yeah, it'll be good. You should have said something. Could have gotten her on the force down here in Maryland. She was. You know what's funny? The Baltimore Police Department has contacted her multiple times now. Vandal's following me? I don't think so. That's got to be an error. That's just a bot. What's up, Ike? I should probably put some artwork on the should I put some artwork on the screen? I feel weird with there being a blank canvas. Let me just open the Earthbound file so that there's stuff to look at least for a little bit. I'm still talking. What's up, buddy? Vandal's here, another artist. Ike is here, Vandal's here. We got a lot of artists. Ray, of course, Ray's an artist. He's remembering. He's remembering what it's like to be an artist. Doodle stream in the middle of the ceremony, please. Yeah. Hello, Mr. SkullDraws. So it's Skelly Hink. Welcome to. So yeah, the whole reason I started this tangent, which is an important tangent, but I wanted to do a lot of my Halloween prep stuff now because like my weekend is looking jam-packed with a million things I got to do, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll have the time really properly to do the October 1st rollout. So we're gonna do it now. We're doing it live. So we are already. In the Hinkle HQ, we are celebrating the spooky season. All the branding has switched, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm drinking pumpkin spice coffee, and that's just how it's gonna be. But welcome to everybody. Nice to see you guys. Mr. Skell Hinkton. Oh, that's too good. I didn't even think of that one. That's pretty. Maybe I'll. Good job.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Joey? Maniac for Bricks is here. How you doing, man? So yeah, we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But yeah, I wanted to make sure you guys know there won't be a Friday stream. So the furries, we're drawing furries next time, as requested by Andrew Boltop, will be the following Friday. Now, I still have a special Saturday evening. I talked about this before. Let me share the thing again. Joey got the book. Nice. Nice. All right, this Saturday, even though I have a... It's going to be... Oh, man, this weekend. This is going to be one of those weekends where, like, you work harder on the weekend than you do on the week, so you're just utterly exhausted going into the next week, which is going to be wonderful. This Saturday night, Ghost Frickin' Talkin' on YouTube. YouTube.com/Ghost Freakin' Talkin'. I'm going to be doing our annual tradition, our annual spooky crossover. So I may not have a doodle stream on Friday, but there will be a doodle stream Saturday night over on their YouTube channel. We're doing Pictionary, and there will be prizes to be won. They will be Halloween-related prizes. Please note, I absolutely love the folks at Ghost Freakin' Talkin'. I love them like family. They curse like sailors. They talk all kinds of spicy stuff. So please let the record state. Keep that in mind. It is not family-friendly programming. It is all about horror movies and true crime and paranormal stuff. So, and they love to swear. So just let the record state that the littlest ears should probably not attend. But it should be a good time. If you like that kind of stuff, I will be provided with a list of prompts based on cryptids, horror movies, stuff like that, and we'll be doing a Pictionary thing. So you have to try to guess, and if you get it right and you get it quicker than anybody else, there's prizes to be won. Ray says, I found this amazing October prompt list by Paul. It's the greatest. Can I share that? Let me share that with you guys. Oh, hold on. Let me go to Twitter. I want to share with you guys a potential Inktober prompt list if you want. We have artists in the chat if you guys are interested. If you're interested, I have a prompt list you can use. So the furries, me, 2022. I need to make breakfast. You should eat. You should eat, my friend. Let me show you guys this prompt list. Provided by Pablo, one of my awesome patrons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is your Inktober 2022 prompt list. Whoa there. Settle down, pin. There we go. It's doing that thing again where the mouse and the pin are fighting over control over the tablet. How uncomfortable is it going to get it? To get it, I do this. Are you gonna do this? No, you're not. You're gonna do your kids' things. Don't lie, Ray. Don't do that. Why do you do that, Ray? Joey says the best. I can't write a better prompt. Are you gonna participate, Joey? So many days. The best part of this, I don't know if it's real or fabricated, is this. The missing day 26. That's my favorite part of this prompt list. That is my favorite part of this list. How are we already back to... I need to get some more artwork in that slideshow. There's not a ton of artwork in there, is there? There's like probably 20... Because I was like, why are we looking at Snuffles again? We just looked at Snuffles. So yeah, that's not the real prompt list. But that's Pablo's prompt list. You may use it if you want. So yeah, don't forget about that. And then also, as Joey said earlier, my children's book that I did with Brian. Oh, that's the wrong file. So a couple things with that. Books. Yep, so the kids' book, Pro Gamer's Guide to Healthy Habits, is officially out. It's done. The job is done, ladies and gentlemen. It is out. It is available. You can get it right now. You can head over to my website if you'd like. ! Book. If you supported it on Kickstarter, you would have already gotten it by now. I'm pretty confident you would have already gotten it by now. There is an Amazon listing as well, because the mass general release of the book is in January. So that is when you will, you know, see it anywhere and everywhere possible. But notably Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. But potentially other places too. But if you want to get one now, or, you know, before the end of the year, you can head over to my website. Brian is completely sold out, so he has no more copies over at the Bricks O'Brien HQ. But the old Hinkle HQ still has some. I don't have a ton, but I do have them. I'm offering a bundle, so that's what you're looking at the picture of. That is a autographed copy of the book that has both my and Brian's autographs. So you have the autographs of the illustrator and the author, and it comes with one of the exclusive Pro Gamer stickers. So that's the sticker right down there. It's a pretty big one. This is like a 4-inch by 4-inch sticker, and they are hand numbered. So there's only 250. That's all there is. That's all there's ever gonna be. And so you'll get one of these. It'll have a number on the back. So it'll be, you know, whatever, number 114 out of 250. I do have half of them left. Yeah, Joke says, I love seeing the pics of all the kids. Yeah, it's so heartwarming. It really is. There's been a lot of photos shared on social with families and kids holding the book, and it's so awesome. That is just like, that is maximum heartwarming. Maximum heartwarming. Ray says, how much of this book's existence can be contributed to that one time you did his Mario Fig sticker? Yeah. Not as much as you think. But that was a fun one. I know it'll probably be detailed in the... Yes. Oh, yes. I almost forgot. We also have a podcast. So this is a little bit more exclusive. So you had to be a Kickstarter backer for this. But if you were, we have the Tell All podcast. It'll be a live podcast, but saved so you can listen afterwards if you can't make it live, about the creation of the book. And lots of tea to be spilled. I don't really have a lot of tea, personally. Brian's got a lot of tea. So there's a lot of tea to enjoy. But I'll be there as well, and I'll share things about the design process. But what can I say? My participation was pretty smooth sailing. Joy says, I'm about to post about the book in hand. Nice. Brian enjoys his tea. He does. He does enjoy his tea. So that is it for the book. That is it for the Saturday stream. And I think that's it. What's up, B-Habs? I think that's all. Right? Here, let me show you, because this is the studio hours, right? We just talk about things and I show things. Let me show you something else I worked on. Check out this. Check out this. I've talked about this. I've got this commission I'm doing, which was like an emergency commission. We got to get it done. It has to be done by the end of the month. And I'm currently waiting. So I sent off an update to my client, and I'm waiting for him to get back to me. I'm designing a car wrap for his vehicle of the Mandalorian speeder bike with Grogu. No background elements, just the one side. Just this one side. Did I miss talking about... No. Why would we do that? I'm not going to talk about horses. I did enough talking about horses last Friday. Joyce's emergency, yeah, it was. He offered me double my rate to get it done, because I was actually in the process of kind of declining, because I just don't have enough time. But whatever. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, B-Habs. So yes, this is he's got a Tesla, which is probably why the double was not a problem. So this has been obviously massaged and squished and stretched to make this work. Right now, I think for me, the biggest visual adjustment between this and like the source material is like this big space here. Like that for me is like the big obvious change, because I had to stretch it so I could get Grogu over here, right? So yeah, it's taken some massaging. The little petals, they are hanging down a little too far. You can see, where's my handy dandy? Let me get my teacher. Let me get my teacher tools. So this is the bottom of the car right there. So you can see it's hanging too low. And I did try to squish it up. So I tried to bring all of this up to fit it in, and it got even weirder. So the whole thing already is being squished on both sides, and it's being extended to make it fit the car. And I think it's okay, it's working. But like me trying to fit the pedals in, I felt like was pushing it even further. So I told him, you know, it's his call because it's his project. But I was like, I'm not feeling that. I think it's too far. But so my suggestion was just to keep it, and then they can just cut it off. Like they'll just crop it, you know, when they print it. I don't know the process to printing this, so it's not, that's out of my realm. But you know, wherever it's gonna cut is where it's gonna cut. I would say just do that. It's fine. I'm definitely designing the artwork around the tires a little bit far, so it should be like here, right? And so with the same thought process of they'll just like, it'll bleed over, right? And they can wrap it underneath or whatever. Is this for George Lucas or one of the actors? No, we're not gonna talk about the legality of this, okay? All right, so I'm just the artist. I just draw what people pay me money to draw. This is another one of the most drastic changes, because obviously the actual bike, right? You guys know, everyone knows. It's like straight. It does that. It does that action. Laying wraps looks super fun. I used to watch video. Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of stressful, but I guess it's just as stressful as any sticker application, right? Joke says, just talked to George and he said it's cool. Nice. Thank you. I'm glad you have that connection. So originally, on one of the earlier passes, I had it going like that and it just cut off. Right? So it was like this. So this would not have been there. That would have been blank. And the client came back and said, can we kind of like rotate it around the wheel like that? And I'll admit I was skeptical at first. I was like, I mean, I can. It kind of sounds like it's gonna look weird, but I'll do it. I did this morning, and I do think it looks pretty good, actually. I don't think that's bad at all. This little like cable, this thing, obviously that's gonna get all cropped away. This thing too, that'll get cropped away. BF says, when I see it on social media, I'm gonna know, Kevin. I'm the offender. Joey says, OMG, Scooby is even reading the book with me too. Perfect photo. That's cool. I didn't know your dog could read. So you keep your secrets. Ray says, there was no way to do this and keep it in. Yeah, oh yeah. The proportions are completely different. Absolutely. But that being said, I think it's working out okay. So obviously, right now, I'm waiting to hear back. So I sent this off.
Art is not all fun and games.
Yes.
It's a lot of hard work.
That's right, Ray. I didn't know he could read either. So I'm waiting to hear back before going on to the next steps, because I realized that there's not many days left of this month, and that was the agreement, getting it done by the end of the month. But this was the big thing, getting all the like line work, and I did all this in Illustrator, so this is vector artwork. I drew Grogu actually in Photoshop, and then I transferred that over to Illustrator and just did a line trace, which worked out. And I drew the seat. I drew the seat in Photoshop and transferred that over, but it's all vector now. Grogu did have his eyes open originally, and the client didn't like it. Said it looked too evil. It's kind of hard. You know, I've drawn Grogu so many times, and that like balance between it looking evil or creepy and cute is really hard. George needs it as soon as possible. We got to get it over to George. It's just really difficult to like go from creepy to cute with like gigantic eyes. So this is kind of how it was like that before. And he was like, yeah, that's too creepy. Can we make it less creepy? And so the last one I just sent, I closed. I said, what do you think about closed eyes? I definitely think it's cuter. So I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear back before taking this into the color stage, but this is where that project is right now. So that's something I'm working on. So that's important. Let me show you guys also. Yes, agreed, because I like Squishmallow Grogu. Nice. Let me show you the most recent Grasslands page I've done. It's not finished. Don't read that. I don't want you guys to be spoiled. I don't want the book to be spoiled. But this is another page from Grasslands. So Grasslands is the second book that I've been working on. The Kickstarter for that is already long since done. What is this? Oh, that's what that is. But it's been a huge project. It has been an absolutely massive project. We're talking like 200 illustrations. So for those of you guys that are familiar with the Pro Gamer's Guide, that's a kid's book. That's 30 illustrations. This is 200. So this is a substantial project, and it's been lasting all year long. But we are 100% committed. I am committed to getting this done before the end of the year, which I know we still have a couple months on that, but it has to be done. Has to be done. Ray says, you think you'd have made it the Mando show? Well, or he'd have made it. Yeah, I just listen to I just draw what people tell me to draw. You know what I'm saying? So this is an important part in the book.
Wow. You did these freehand?
Yep.
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, Behabs. Appreciate that. So this is really important in the book because clients are always right, exactly. We're meeting the bad. We're meeting the big bad of the book. So this is my rudimentary drawing. You can see the evil eyes. Evil eyes. That's how you know. See? That's it. So that needs to get drawn. That needs to get finished. The rest of it's done. Kingpin? How did you know? How long did the last one take to go from the finished pieces to printing? So the last book, you mean the book? The book in its entirety? Ike says he packed his angry eyes. Yeah, exactly. I packed your angry eyes. We also shared some development. Yeah, the book. So the Pro Gamer's Guide. My workload lasted about, I think, 8 to 9 weeks. That was my total, beginning to end, all in all, my time was about 9 weeks. The book itself, I think, has been in development for over 2 years with all the other process. And I was the second artist. I was not the initial artist on the project. I was the second artist. So, but that is going to be discussed in our tell-all book. Tell-all, not another book, our tell-all podcast in the second book. So, yeah, this, on the other hand, has been forever. So I had already started working on Grasslands. And let me show you, I don't think I have the image that they shared. I don't. Let me see if I can take it off the Kickstarter real quick. The sequel book about the original, yeah, I know. Whoops. Let me go to Kickstarter real quick. I'm going to show you guys. So we did a big Kickstarter update on the Authocracy account for Grasslands because I know that there's been radio silence for quite a while. But it's a really cool update, and it shows a lot of the development process, which is something that they normally don't do. So the publisher doesn't normally do that. But I want to show you guys some of these things because they're really cool. All right. And this is the Kickstarter update that anybody can read, even if you backed it or not. So I'm going to take this page because this is the page we used in the update. Whoa! Yeah, and 3 times as long. Yes, exactly. So this is one of the pages from Grasslands. So how it works for us, for this process so far, too, is obviously there's an author who's been writing the book. And he hands over the text to the editor. And he obviously, you know, giving it a second set of eyes to make sure everything reads well and typos and all that kind of stuff. But that's not really super needed because the author's a great guy. He knows what he's doing. But the other main thing is that he splits them into the layouts. So he takes the text and he kind of has a really good eye for when to stop and start the layouts and the pages and the chapters. BF says we also have to schedule our meeting about the Declan in the book. 1 million. I'm willing to accept. Let's just do 50,000 down, and then we can dive in. That seems fair. I don't certainly expect the whole amount up front. So we get a page like this given to us. And that's fair. Best I can do is $10. Take it or leave it. And that... Who's on the $10 bill? Is that Jefferson? That is somebody who signed the Declaration of Independence. So this is what we get. This is what's handed. Make sure you tell Brian about the pay rate. Oh yeah. So we've gotten the text for this chapter already kind of laid out, and so we know that this is the amount of space we have to draw something. Oh, the Hamilton? Nice. You obviously have more $10 bills than I do, Ray. And then it gets handed over to Ben, who's a really awesome concept artist. And so Ben has given me, and it's certainly not like, you know, a hard line of this is what you're going to do, but it's really, really helpful. And it's like, here's how I would lay out this page. And so he's got, you know, the 2 different characters here doing this. So this is what I get. Technically, I get both. I get the blank, and then I get one with the concept sketch on it. And then I take my pass at it. Oh, I didn't save it in this one. All right, that's fine. I'm going to show you the final. So then we're going to jump right to the final. So then this is my submission for this page, for these 2 pages, technically. So as you can see, I used the concept image because why wouldn't I? I'm like, you already did the concept work. I'm not gonna redo it for you. I don't need to. I'm certainly not too proud. And so then I drew over it with the final character art. Ike says, the 10 and the 100 are the only pieces of U.S. currency that don't have a president. Yeah, our buddy Franklin, yeah? All right. Oh, here's the one that I wanted to show you guys. So they shared this in the Kickstarter update, and I thought this was really cool of them to show. So this is really early development. This is when I was still kind of in the process of figuring out what the language for the book, the visual language for the book was going to be, and some of the character designs. Yeah, Frankie Boy, indeed. Wait, isn't there a coin too? Oh, there probably is. Yeah, Banana Man. Banana Man has not changed much. I mean, most of these haven't changed much since their concept. Yeah, other book. So they shared this in the Kickstarter update, and so this was like some portraits that I put together of what some of these characters could look like, and they liked a lot of these, most of them. This character Kitsune down here, the mask changed a little bit, but that's the hair. We did not go with red for the hair, so the hair I think is black, and it's not up like that. It's what does the final hair look like? I haven't drawn this character a lot. Is it up? Is it up? Where is she? Where did you go? Oh, it's got like a ponytail bun. This is like a final version. So you can see we changed, I got all these things open now. Now I'm just confused. We changed the hair up on that. This is the bad that I was showing you guys in that other spread that I need to draw him in. And it's his first appearance in the book. It's kind of a big deal. Bubble of O says, stupid work meeting stopping me from finding out how much Kevin wants to do the Wear car skin. Don't worry, the meeting didn't stop that from happening. Ike says, if you consider designs no longer in circulation, then yeah, there are a lot of coins that didn't have a president on it. This character changed a little bit. She's supposed to be made out of, like, magic. And so, like, super illuminated and, like, always glowing. And so her design hasn't changed too much. She's, like, made out of the forest. She is, like, a forest spirit. No, I mean right now. Isn't there a coin with someone who's not a president? I can't Google right now. And then, yes, Banana Man. Banana Man is super fun. And it's funny because when I was drawing it, I'm like, he's a giant banana, right? This guy's got to be crazy goofy. This guy has got to be wacky because he's a giant banana. He's wacky. And then I started working on the real book. When you actually start learning information about these characters and reading the story, and it's not just like a 2-sentence brief on what they look like and what they're about. And I learned that the Banana Man is an assassin. And so here's final artwork of Banana Man as he is currently tracking one of our heroes in the book. So like he's like, you know, kneeling down on some footprints. Where is the... I can show you... Or maybe not. Can I show you? Oh, here we go. Like, this is the spread where he's like, tracking. Doing the track action. Joke says, my favorite is Lost. Nice. That's awesome. Joey says, Banana Man is a national treasure. Ike says, Penny is Lincoln. Nickel is Jefferson. Dime is Roosevelt. Quarter is Washington. 50 cent is Kennedy. And the dollar is Eisenhower. Behabs, when you Banana Man, it makes me think of Homestar Runner's Think-A-Man. I don't remember that character. I remember Homestar Runner. I don't remember that character. So yeah, that's that character. So yeah, they were sharing a lot of our development, which I thought was really cool. And also some of the backgrounds. So there's another awesome artist. Her name is Sarah. And she is doing the environments and the backgrounds for most of the book. Not everything, but like most of them. Because I'm not good at that. It just takes me too long. So like this is one of her backgrounds. So she did that, which is really cool. And she actually did this. Obviously, it's a pirate ship. It's not a pirate ship in water, though. But I had drawn a certain spread already. And she, very loosely, I mean, there's not a lot of different ways to draw a pirate ship, but you can see this was a page I had done of the captain. That's my level of background. Here's my level of background, ladies and gentlemen. Some strings in the background and some wood. There we go. So that's why this spread like gave me so much trouble having to actually do some like ruins. I was like, this is just driving me crazy. I redid this so many times because I was just really angry. Joey says golden dollar coin is also Sacagawea. Ah, yes, the old Sacagawea. Bo Levo says, my Kickstarter update says the next update will be the book is done. Yes, that's the plan. That's the plan. I'm going to close these. No, don't save that. So they also shared in that update a bunch of the backgrounds and stuff. It is going to be really, really amazing when it's done. Like, this is a substantial amount of work. But it's like the story is really great. I need to do another read because I keep reading it, but it's like, it's been mostly done. There's like a little bits at the end and it keeps getting updated. This is Lost. This is the character that Joke said was their favorite. B-Ab says, I was thinking of when Susan B. Anthony was re-released, but I didn't realize it was for a year. So yeah, this is Lost. This is another forest spirit. Oh, I forgot I did that. Look at this. I forgot I did that. On the bottom of his foot. That's part, you know what that is? That's banana guts. That is banana guts. And look at the silhouette. Can you guys see? Can you see the silhouette? Can you see these silhouettes? So, yeah, this is Lost, the forest spirit. He is definitely like comic relief. I like their little legs. A gummy is not a gummy. No, not banana guts. Does he kill it? Well, you're gonna have to wait. Now searching every image for hidden gummies. I did not hide any gummies, I assure you. So see, this again, I drew this background, but this is not a background. This is like grass and a tree stump. That's my level of backgroundness. So that is still very much happening. That's probably enough about Grasslands. What else do you guys want to see? Or should I just start drawing stuff? How long have we been talking? Not even an hour yet. We're fine. If you didn't see, I've got a lot of Halloween stuff launching. It's actually on the store right now. Exclamation point shop, I think, yeah? Or is it store? No, it's shop. So the Halloween products are here. I like a lot of them. This one is great. This is super awesome. So this is the jack-o'-lantern sticker. That's part of the new assortment. Available on the shop right now for the season. We've also got Jack and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Joey says, sweet, while you're at the shop, you can pick up the artist bundle of the book. It's true. 100%. Races have to be a few weeks, but I'm getting a Skelly Hink. Oh, yeah. I won't be running out. Don't worry. I still, you know, that's something I have to do. I need to take the nice photos of the Skelly Hink sticker. So there is a sticker. It's a gift with purchase starting October 1st. Any purchase of any kind. Why is that in there? That's weird. That's a stray file. Where did I put that? Here it is. So this right here, this is a promo sticker. It is numbered. There are only 30. That is it. And you can get it by making a purchase of any dollar amount on my site starting October 1st. Starting midnight, October 1st. Anything, even if it's a single sticker, even if it's the Squid Game business card for $1. If you make a purchase, you get one of these. They're hand numbered. There's only 30 aside from the extras that I gave to the top tier patrons because they get one of everything. But those were not from the 30. That was additional. But there are 30 hand numbered. And I did say a while ago I was only going to do 25. No price threshold. You can just, all you have to do is make a purchase. Doesn't matter how much you spend. But yeah, the cheapest item I have is the Squid Game business card for $1. But I think the next step up would be the portrait stickers for $5 each, or like the enamel pin for $5. I was gonna do 25 of these, but the minimum order through the manufacturer I think was 35. Like I could not order less than 30, or like 40. I could not order less than that, and I was like, well, dang. So it was good because I could take care of all the platinum tier patrons and not take from the 30 stock. But I'm still left with like a dozen extras, but I'm not giving them out. I'm gonna do exactly what I did last year, because I did 50 last year, so of course the minimum order was like, what, 65 or something? And when it was all said and done, I threw them away, because I said, nope, you have to buy something. You're not gonna weasel yourself one of these. It's a gift with purchase, and when it's done, it's done. Will Hinktober drawings be available for purchase during the time the sticker is up? Probably not. Just because I can't move that fast. Because I try to get them up as fast as possible, but I wait until the month is done. Right? I'm trying to think of the way I've done this in the past. I wait until like, I mean, I go pretty quick. It's like within the first week or so. But I don't think they're both going to be up at the same time. Just because of my own limitations. Ray says, harsh, but fair. It is fair. I say this is how you get it, and then if you don't get it, they go away. And I have no reason to keep them. So, they go in the trash. Let's see. Was there any other ones I wanted to show you guys? Jack and Sally, Sam from Trick or Treat. I have been told, Nick from Ghost Frickin' Talkin' told me this Sam is one of the best pieces of artwork I've ever done. That's what he told me. Not even joking. He said it's one of my best piece of artworks ever. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's stellar. Thanks, Joey. I appreciate that. The trash is harsh. Not even in a trick-or-treat bucket for people who come on. They don't want that. Random kids don't want a sticker of my face. Joke says that really is amazing. Thank you. Joey says, I've said Batman Joker print is one of the best. That's what Joey likes. The Batman Joker. That's a fun one. I think that's just a fun print. Let's see. I've got Gomez and Morticia Adams. This is a bigger. Okay, kids love random stickers. For Halloween though, a tier sticker. I want Candyman. This is my first dual sticker. I've got 2 people on the sticker, so it is a little larger than normal, but it's the same $5 price tag. And we got Jaws. So here's an interesting secret. Well, not really a secret, but Jaws was going to be in the first wave. The very first wave of Halloween stickers I did in 2019, I was going to have Jaws in there. And I couldn't figure out a clever way to do it because, you know, back then I didn't have any part of the shoulders. It was like literally just a face. And I was like, I can't figure out a good way to do this shark. So I just skipped it. Bubble Levo says, you definitely should be handing out stickers for Halloween. Saving teeth in advertising. Well, that'd cost a lot of money. Maybe. I don't know. I'll give them all the ones that don't sell. Would you like a Ganondorf sticker? Here you are. Would you like an Oddlaw sticker? Here you are. Let's see. Sally. Here's Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. All extra stickers should be kept for the traveling Hinkle art exhibit. Nice. Mini stickers, yeah. I don't really have any more of the mini. Oh, the doodle stickers? Ah. But see, the margins are so little on those. You guys don't even know. Those doodle stickers, they cost me like 50 cents each, and I sell them for $2. Like, I make nothing. I don't think there's a lot of give to just hand them out. This is what, in case you don't know what, Boba Lavo was talking about. These are my doodle stickers. These are small 2-inch by 2-inch stickers based on the Doodle Stream series. There's 75 currently available. They're really great about getting people over to the table. Like, they are huge about getting people over to the table because they love digging through the giant tray of stickers. But I don't make a lot of money off them. They're not my money makers. The margin's very thin on them. And because they're so small, the minimum orders are high. It's like, usually a minimum order for me on one of those is somewhere between 60 to 80. Minimum order. But I digress. So let's see. Jaws, Jack, Sally, Sam, the Pumpkin, and Gomez, and Morticia. Yeah, so that's all the Halloween stuff. And as you guys may or may not know, the new spooky print for this year was Sam as well. But that's been out for a couple months because I was way ahead of the game on that. So this was always intended to be this year's Halloween print, though, just for the record. I do one spooky print per year. So last year was Elvira, this year is Sam. So you've got a Sam print, and this is with him with his mask ripping, the teeth showing off. Or you have the Sam sticker. And just because Joey mentioned it, I'll show it to you guys in case you haven't seen it. This is the Batman Joker print that he was talking about. So we've got, obviously based on The Dark Knight, Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Batman on one side, Joker on the other. You can display it however you want. Let me rotate it. Whoa, calm down. So you can flip the print whichever direction you want. And I typically will reverse it each show. So like I'll do one show with Joker on the bottom, and the next show I'll flip it, and then I'll keep going back and forth. Okay. No, don't save that. No, don't save that. No. No. So, in the world of Earthbound drawings, which is the project I've been doing on TikTok, it's still doing okay. It's not like the best, but it's fine. I was mentioning this last time that, so yeah, I'm doing a daily TikTok 15-second video, which is a redrawing of a enemy from the game. This is a Super Nintendo game from the 90s. I have a little template. I edit out the videos. I show the old sprite. It does a flash. It has the music from the game, and then it shows the new artwork. Boba Lavo says, others have been saying TikTok has changed the algorithm on them, and it is now favoring longer videos. Yeah, it's just like, it's impossible. It is literally impossible to keep up. It is so frustrating. So, I've been doing this for 39 days. So for 39 days now, I've posted a video every day on TikTok. And the first video, like, landed with a massive splash. It's currently sitting at like 31.2 thousand views. I earned, I think, like 900 follows in the first 24 hours. It was massive. Great, good stuff. And then like the next couple days, it still did pretty good. I mean, not in that realm of good, but like good. Before that, my videos on TikTok were like a couple hundred views maybe. There's plenty of them that have less than 50 views. And the needle wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't moving in any direction. And now most of the videos do sit somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 views, which is great, a lot higher than normal. But I've got like 4 or 5 duds, and I consider a dud currently in this project to be less than 1,000 views, which is very successful compared to my older content. But in terms of this project, under 1,000 is a dud. And there's been a few. And I've actually had a couple back to back to back now. So I've had like 4 duds, quote, air quotes, in a row. But it is what it is. I've committed to it. We're going to finish it up. The follows have also really dropped off. I still get follows. I get follows every day. But it's like 2 to 3 when it used to be like hundreds. So, but it's fine. It has not translated to any type of monetary gain, for the record. So these are the next characters. All of these characters down here in this cluster in the bottom right, they have already been shared. So they have been shared on TikTok already. Bubba Laveau says, will any of the Hinktober content go on? I don't know. So right now I'm keeping TikTok like only this. So I've stopped uploading anything else onto TikTok for the moment. I'm kind of scared, to be honest, to like disrupt it now. Especially after 40 days. I'm like, do I dare? Like, I know that when the project's done, then yeah, there'll be other content. But like, for the time being, I've just avoided it. So right now, it's only the Earthbound stuff. Races and I'm back. So all of this stuff has already been shared. This up here is the next round. So I do a week's worth. So I do seven characters, and then I'll spend about 3 hours on Thursday, and I'll save out a week's worth of videos again, and then I'm set. So I need 7 drawings. I have 5 right now, so I need 2 more. We've got the Mad Duck, who's this character. This is the Armored Toad, and what's funny about this is this Toad is supposed to be wearing like armor. But the sprite, let me show you the sprite. Not to be confused with the drink. So this is the actual sprite from the game. That is the armored frog. That frog is sitting in a pineapple. Tell me I'm wrong. That frog is sitting in a pineapple. Bo, you're wrong. That frog is sitting in a pineapple. I'm looking for the official artwork for you. So here's something that's really cool about Earthbound. There's a lot of things that are really cool about Earthbound. It's the reason why it's my favorite game. But here is the official artwork. The official artwork for Earthbound was like clay. They made all these little clay figures, which was amazing. So if you have like the player's guide, which is hundreds of dollars worth to get this player. I have the player's guide. This is the official artwork for the armored frog. And you can see it's like, yeah, it's not as pineapple-y on the, but like when you look at the sprite, dang, dude, that is a frog and a pineapple. So I drew frog and a pineapple, and I added a little fancy umbrella, like it's a drink. That looks like a turtle. My drawing or the sprite? Probably both. 100% pineapple. Thank you for validating me. You could put him on a pizza. Yeah, it is a pineapple. Pineapple indeed. Hold on. Armored frog is a literal translation of Schildkröte, which is German for turtle. Oh, really? That's interesting. Look at you. Trying to educate us here. So that's that one. Here's the Worthless Protoplasm, which is like one of the best names ever. So there's the Worthless Protoplasm, and here's my Worthless Protoplasm. I gave him a frowny face because he's sad that he's worthless. Well, I learned something. See, education. Here's the Mad Duck. I really wanted to get this, like, this fat beak. He's got, like, this beak, like, this robust beak chin. This duck does. And I was trying to get that in, like, a realistic duck. I mean, I don't know. It's okay. It's funny. but like, look at the chin. Look at the duck. Look at the chin on that duck. This is the goat. I think it's like gruff goat. The duck is incredible. Thank you. Thank you, Joey. So this is like, I think this is the gruff goat. So we're moving into the town winters after Threed, which is like all zombies and spooky stuff. So here is the goat with his long, sagely beard. He's got a very big bill, he does. BF says, I prefer Declan, but that duck is good. I appreciate that. And we've got this big caveman. No horses, Jeff. Wait, are there any horses in Earthbound? At all? Like, are there any? I don't remember there being any. No, there's no horses. Lots of names for German animals are compound words. For instance, I can't say that. Porcupine is a spiked peak. Ooh. Game for nerds, it is. Nerds. So, yeah, here's the cave. This guy lives under Stonehenge in the game. Stonehenge is like a alien space base. Oh, a capybara is a water pig. Gotcha. Now I know what a capybara is. So yeah, there's our cave boy. I think his name is Cave Boy, I think. And then also I added Paula. So I'm doing when it's all said and done, when the series is said and done, I was going to do a group shot of the 4 kids. So I drew Paula. A trash panda for raccoon. A raccoon is a wash bear. Horsantula is from Earth. That is a horrible name. It's a great name. That's a horrible name. A bat is a fluttermouse. The kids! Yes. So we've got 2 now. Whoop. So I need to draw 2 more, as I said, to have my 7. So I gotta draw the zombie again, because we have a recolor of this zombie. And I'm doing all of them. So let me start a new canvas. So I want to do it a little differently. So I also want to take the older zombie so I can take a look at it. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Where are you buried in here somewhere? So here's an example of a recolor. Maybe here's an example. Oh, there's the zombie. Get out of there. Where is... Here we go. So these 2 characters are the same. The sprites are just recolored. But I wanted to, like, make it a little different. Good luck, Kev. See you later. See you later, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by. A skunk is a stinktier, which translates to smelly animal. Stinktier is amazing. New band name just dropped. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, Horsantula from Mother 3. Someday. Is that real though? Is that in Mother 3? I've never played Mother 3, to my great sadness. But so you can see in the game, it's literally the exact same sprite. It's just recolored, so you can see them there. Like 0 difference. But I don't want to draw them the same. I think that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out for me. So that's an example of 2 different characters. Obviously, I drew over the head shape because I wanted the same head shape and like the eye placement because it is a doll, so it would be pretty identical. Could you just stop digging about me not playing it? I'm sorry. I would have played it if there was an official translation long ago. That is real. That's wild. Sounds terrifying. Oh, I missed a little place behind his eye. I think I fixed that when I did the save out though. So I want to do that with the zombie too. I don't want to like just copy the same zombie. I want to change his pose up or something. So let's transfer him over. Obviously he's colored. This is like a sand. It's like a desert zombie. So my goal is to have, when they have different variations of the same enemy, I want at least one to be like in the pose that is the sprite, and then another one a little bit more variation. Admittedly, I did forget about the Horse Angela now, and I'm deeply regretting not asking for it last week. You would hate it. I probably would. And Bowen was like, yes, you would. Okay. So. This is our first one. And we're definitely going to draw both. I have to. It has to be done. Okay? So rest assured the stream won't end until we have both of these drawn. I don't know about color, but at least drawn. So what kind of pose should the second zombie be in? I don't want the same pose. I want something different. I'm thinking maybe... I was thinking maybe him like turning around. He's like, his head's flipping back. Whoa, that eraser's gigantic. He does, he absolutely has swim trunks on. 100%. Make a surfing zombie. He's absolutely a zombie bro. He is a surfer bro.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
You got it, Ray. All right. Get naked. You want to be a star, don't you? I could do...
You're making us a little bit uncomfortable.
Relax, big guy.
Your fault.
Just doing this for his art. Right, Homer?
Oh, yeah.
Art. Let's see. Maybe this one has no arm. It's like gone. This music is sending me places. Good. Are you ascending? Is that too drastic of a change? It's like cut off, like his whole arm is gone. Remember, this is the second time, right? I've already drawn him and shared it. So this is the recolor. And some of these enemies have 2 recolors, or even more. Joyce, it sounds like what I listened to walking through an empty mall. I like the synth wave kind of music. You're gonna make that one guy really mad? Probably. That's alright. He'll get over it. Oh, you know what's funny? I got one. So yeah, somebody pointed out something I got wrong, and they were correct. I did get it wrong. They got me. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. They got me. So there's a character, I shared it yesterday. There's an enemy called this one. This right here, this. Oops. Oh my goodness, draw on this. Why are you not drawing on this? You're driving me crazy. Oh, I had something selected. See, I knew it. This guy. Kevin Mingot, I did. So this character right here. I called this character the Trick or Treat Kid. And that's genuinely what I believed his name to be. That is not his name. This character is named the Trick or Trick Kid, which is clever, but my brain never acknowledged that in any way. Never acknowledged that. I just assumed, oh, it's the Trick or Treat Kid. And so I did the whole video and I edited everything and I called it the Trick or Treat Kid, and somebody was like, that's not that kid's name. And I'm like, no. And he was right. Or they were right. So I gave some credit. Said, you're correct. I got it wrong. Glad it was a name error and not an artistic error. According to some of the folks that follow, there have been some of those. Not too bad, though. People were not very happy with me on my... I would say that the most controversial one so far has been the bear. I did the bear. Yeah, time to resign in shame. Absolutely. I did the bear, and people were like, that bear is not a happy-go-lucky bear. And I was like, okay, it's a bear. It's a bear attacking you. Okay, I think I'm leaning towards this. I'm leaning towards this one. This is what we're gonna do. I just want to change it up a little bit, you know? Should I do his hand on the ground? Is that funny or is that dumb?
No matter how anybody says it is.
Yes.
Feels good to have made something.
I know. It does. Alright, I'm gonna erase the little version. He's like a mini zombie. Oh, did you guys see the Billy I drew? So Funny Figs has a comic, if you didn't know. It's like old news now. We're like waiting for issue 2. But I did do a fan art of the main character of that. I didn't like properly share it. They shared it, which is awesome, and I reshared it. Old news. That's because we've been waiting on that one for issue 2 forever, man. I can only read issue 0 and 1 so many times. But I did this. This is Billy, the main character. And I'm going to step away to turn my fan on. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't misbehave. I need a little airflow. I'm still waiting on my issue in the mail. I asked Jake about it. Hurry, everyone, run. But I was pretty happy with that. Alright, back to the zombie. He's yet to get back to me, but I'll make sure he gets them out. Good man, Ray, good man. Alright, let me... When one zombie isn't enough, it's time for a second one. No worries, I think I got an email from Etsy saying it takes a little longer. Oh, is it an Etsy shop? I remember those days. I understand stores have deadlines for shipping. Yeah, they do. In order to like keep your rating through Etsy, you have to like be pretty speedy about it. And they don't really accept anything other than that. Of course, you can set it. Like you can go into your store settings and say my customers should not expect to see things within a certain time frame, but like they want you to like go pretty quick. I think the default is like 48 hours unless you go into the settings and change it. I'll give him some more strands of hair. I'm following up with him now. He'll get it, probably just overlooked it. It has been super awesome seeing the work that you've been doing though, Ray. I do not want to ignore the fact that you have been working on future volumes. Always great to see. You love to see it. Thanks. I've done more in the last week than I have in the last 6 months. I know what that feels like. Feels good. I kind of made him rewrite the ending, though. Yeah, you know, it's just not working for me. It may have come across a little problematic in the original. Did you find some kind of continuity error? All the characters in Earthbound also have 4 fingers, so I have to constantly remember that. we are doing a little world traveling to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and he wrote this section with some enslaved miners. I see. I understand. And like the intention is good. We're trying to reflect some real world stuff. Yeah, sure. Oh, I get it. I understand. Oh, I understand. What's up, Brian? I'm drawing a zombie. Second time. Second zombie. You know what I find funny is that, Ray, you're like forever enshrined in the Pro Gamer's Guide unboxing video because you were like, that comment where it's like, funny figs in the chat says. You are forever part of that legacy now. Congratulations. Well, party's over. The wet blanket has arrived. What's up, Trekkie Endermom? How you doing? I mean, hype. Don't give Ray that much credit. I mean, he's the one in it. It's funny. I think I'm gonna move this. It's like too bunched up there, I think. How about the silhouette? I'm not feeling the silhouette, you know what I'm saying? I basically was essential to the book's success. Brian, that's a name I read in my mailbox. Okay, here's where we're looking. Doing well, just finishing up one of my school assignments right now. Very nice. Well, thanks for popping in. Always appreciate it. We already went through all of our chatty topics. So now I've fallen into just drawing mode. We had some fun stuff we chatted about. Talked about Halloween. Talked about no stream on Friday and why there's not going to be a stream on Friday. And then we talked about... Oh, that's where the body ends right there. What else did we talk? We talked about lots of things. Oh, I showed off grassland stuff. I showed off the speeder bike project I'm doing, which I'm waiting for input, so I can't really do too much. I'm in a holding pattern again, which is alright. That's how the process goes. My internet is still currently working. I don't like how I gave him the same wide eye that I did in the other one. How about just like a different expression? We did talk about the spooky stream. I have a spooky stream coming up. That is happening on Saturday. Oh, I think his leg should be... We should see some bone. Yeah? Something like this action. I'm still gonna probably go over it maybe 1 or 2 more times. Let's see. And so far, it appears my internet is still working okay. I haven't gotten any warnings. I've been checking. Joey, he's mailing it today. Look at that. Sorry, man. Got lost in the shuffle. Oh, it wasn't even gonna go out until you said something? Oh. Can we get the Price is Right fail horn? It costs nothing to play it. Well, Kevin, we don't exactly sell a lot. That's why it's a big deal when you do. Thank you so much. No problem. Appreciate the reaching out, Ray. Yeah, man, that's like Etsy. That's like Etsy blasphemy to not ship an order out within like 48 hours. Unless like you've gone into the store settings and been like, look, this is not going to be a thing we're going to be doing. They get all upset about that, though. Please ship out this order in the next X number of hours, or you will lose your X status. Okay. You got it. I can't find the sound alerts. Are you on mobile? It's that little button that has like speakers or headphones. Otherwise, it's a little easier to find on the desktop version. And while I am on my Twitch channel playing that sound alert, there's a message from Bobo Laveau posted in the suggestion box. You know what? Stop fighting and just draw the thing. It will hurt, but perhaps its haunting image will not permanently emblazon itself upon your soul. Thank you for that suggestion. I'll just close that up. Yeah, I think my goal is going to be to just get the ones I need, the 2 drawings I need, or enemies I need drawn, and then I'll probably end the stream and I'll color them off the air. Oh, I'm coloring off air. I had Daffy set up, but I understand. Oh, did you? Yes. Yeah, this one I try to go 2 hours on this stream. Pretty good about keeping it to that like plan. Although I have been checking to see if the client has gotten back to me about the bike. He has not, which is okay. That just means I got other...
I think I've improved on your methods a bit, too.
Yes.
I employed some chiaroscuro
shading.
I'll improve on your methods.
What?
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Everybody, Joey's going to improve my methods. I am ready. Go ahead. Teach me the ways.
We'll just put one in here by the cat.
Nope, Mr. The joyfulness is over. And no, Dr. Venkman, we don't go around altering valuable artwork. Just need more lighter fluid. Yep. Oh, yeah. I still need to figure out what I'm doing for Inktober. That is going to be I gotta figure that out. So, what I want to do is I want to start every piece digitally. So I'm going to get the canvas sized up to the paper, and I'll digitally get the sketchwork and stuff done, kind of get it the way I want it. And then I want to transfer that over to paper and finish it traditionally. And so I'm just wondering how the streaming setup is going to be for this. Part of me is thinking I may just not, like, I'll start everyone and you guys can watch me do all the concept sketchwork and get it figured out to exactly where I want it. Which does take some iterations sometimes, as you guys are seeing with this. But then I would go off the air to, like, transfer it over to paper and color it, but I feel like that's not very exciting. Right? Isn't that, like, one of the main draws of watching it, is seeing all of the process of it getting colored and stuff? I mean, it's all part of the process, but just, like, I'm just trying to figure it out. It seems kind of difficult. I don't want it to be overly complicated. It's already complicated enough with a daily challenge, adding on top of another daily challenge, on top of regular freelance work, on top of another book. But it's just like, I don't want it to be overly complicated. Yeah, I would rather see the end than the beginning. Yeah. Yep. Gotta figure that out. And I'm running out of time. Well, you see you draw digitally a ton. I like Inktober because, yeah, I know. I definitely want to do digital for, like, the sketchwork and stuff. Because that'll just benefit the pieces. Being able to, you know, undo and all that kind of stuff. All the things, you know. But I will finish with a traditional piece of artwork. But if it's a huge pain in the butt, just do it works. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. And I haven't really had a ton of time to figure it out. I'm just kind of like barreling forward and being like, this will work itself out. You know? what I'm probably gonna have to do is set up a little studio recording space thing so that it's already like just ready to go, so that I can also transfer between the digital and the traditional without much issue. And then that'll have to sit there through the remainder of the month, which is not terribly different than what I normally do, because I normally do that anyway. I'd like set up a thing on a table and I just leave it there through the course of the month. And I gotta dig my webcam out. I don't use that thing at all anymore, ever. Ever. For anything. Isn't that what a studio is for? Yeah, it is. And I have a studio. I just have stuff on all my surfaces. Like, I definitely would not be able to do it on this, the desk I'm on, because this is where my main computer, my tablet, like, it's covered. I have an extra table. That table's all covered in shipping stuff. So, I mean, I got a space. I just got to figure it out. And obviously, I need to be able to move the microphone so that you guys can hear me, depending on which side I'm on. All right, I'm going to do another layer for the head. These guys are so goofy. Today was picture day for my son. So he wore a nice outfit, and we'll see if the pictures are good. It's always a gamble. He's had some really good ones. And he's had some not so good ones. I remember his kindergarten one was great because he like literally was frowning. And I was like, I remember we got it and I was taking him out of school early. I think he had a dentist appointment or something, but it was like when we got the photographs. And so I was signing him out at the office, and he was like holding the pouch, right, that you get the photographs in. And I was like, oh, let's take a look at this, while we, like right there while we were in the office. And I was like, oh. I remember I was like, oh, why did you do that? Like, why did you do, like I literally was like, why did you do that? And then I remember the office lady was like, I want to see. And I was like, here. And she laughed. She was like, not a fan of the photos, huh? Music sounds like the end of an 80s teen movie where the couple stays together and walks off the football field, arms around each other. And I love it. Kid after my own heart. Oh yeah, Ray. And that was how we spent our summer. It was the best. We didn't care. I'm trying to think of some narration I can just start randomly saying. Because life moves really fast, and you gotta stop every now and then. That's good off the cuff. Thanks. I'll give him his other ear. And Danny did finally become the manager of the bowling alley, like he always dreamed of. Oh, I forgot about the little strands of hair I gave him. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I hope this has been entertaining. And don't forget, if you popped in just the last little bit, there is not a Friday stream. I have a important family function I must attend, which is quite important. So I apologize. No doodle stream on Friday. You'll have to wait for your furries, which is our next theme, is furries. You'll have to wait one more week. But there will be a special Halloween spooky edition over on the Ghost Frickin' Talkin' YouTube channel on Saturday night. Check my socials. I will also make sure to promote it a couple times, because I know how it is, and you can forget. Always enjoyed. It's either this or focus on my job. No way I want to do that. Hey, thanks, Ray. Ray, you gonna pop over to the spooky stream on Saturday? Jay Freak, what's up? How you doing? Spooky, yes. I said all my spooky stuff a little early because I have a crazy busy weekend, and I don't foresee myself having the time to do it, so I just did it early. Drawing this zombie is just happenstance, actually, but yeah, we're basically in spooky mode. Did you ask a question? I did. I was wondering if you were going to make it to the thing on Saturday. I was curious. There's certainly no obligation. I was just wondering. So I think I'll just color this one. That way you guys can see one like from beginning to end. Is that fair? Oh, I'll definitely try. And I apologize if you're saying anything and I'm not responding. Watching without audio. Well, that'll do it. Can you guys say hi hi J Freak in the chat. Can you type that in? It says J Freak is not listening to me. I feel like I manage to miss every year. Yeah, you know. There we go. Thank you, thank you. I gotta get the final prompt list together too. So, this is like it, like really it. If you're a patron of mine, I did put I gave you an extension, not because I was desperate for more prompts. I assure you that's not why I did it. But I didn't do, I don't think I did a really good job at communicating when the window was closing for the submission window. I put it in like the title image, and I put it like on the teaser text, but I didn't really do a good job saying it. So I extended it to midnight tonight. So this is it. This is the final call. If you are a patron, doesn't matter what tier, if you're a patron, you can log in and give me a prompt for Hinktober. I think I've got 20 now. So there was a lot of people that hopped on after I did the last, like, all right, this is it. This is it. This is your last chance. And I had a bunch of people pop out of the woodwork. But this is your real final call now. Because it's going to close at midnight, and that's the end of it. And then it's all me. And then I get to do the prompts. I gotta come up with one. Patreon takes me a while to get back on. Well, you've got until midnight tonight. Otherwise, the ship has sailed. Which is okay. It's not the end of the world if people don't participate. I just don't like it when people are like, oh, I missed this. It's like, nah, well, the onus is not on me that you missed it. The onus is not on me. That's so weird. He's got like these glowing green cheeks. What color eyes? That's so weird. It's like the eyes are like pink. And the cheeks are like these neon green. Is it supposed to be like mold? It's gotta be mold, right? Slipping lunch for the list, or skipping lunch for the list. Who knows? Maybe 20 of them may show. Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. You know what I do find funny? And I've talked about this before. I've talked about this a lot. You guys know. But I have these moments when I'm making like really good strides, and I'm feeling really proud of myself and proud of my business and proud of like everything that's going on. I'm like, man, it's been an absolute grind, but I'm like really proud of what I've accomplished. I have these moments, and usually when I'm sitting there thinking about it, it never fails that in my head pops my old boss, one of my last bosses at Lego. Never fails. It just happens. It just pops in my head. Of him being like, yeah, you should stop drawing. Just cuz. It just does. And so yeah, I did a tweet on my personal account, not on my business account, but I did a tweet on my personal account saying, you know, I'm never going to forget it. Because I won't. I mean, maybe, but it's going to take a long time. But it usually just pops in when I'm thinking about like a particularly good stretch of like success. And it never fails. It never fails that like I did that, and it's got like 136 engagements. All these Lego people come out of the woodwork because I say the word Lego, and it's like you look at the post You look at the post like hours earlier, crickets. You look at the post hours later, crickets. No, I didn't tag nobody. You starting Twitter drama? No, I'm not starting any drama. I was just saying. I was just making a comment. I didn't tag nobody's. But the point is, it's just like, you know, you guys that are here, you guys are the real homies. You guys are the real homies. But it's just like, so many Lego people just want Lego stuff. And when I don't do it, they want nothing to do with me. And it's like, okay, it doesn't bother me, like, whatever. But it's always fascinating. Because, yeah, I was particularly active yesterday. Because I had a lot of stuff I had to talk about. And so I had, like, tons of posts going up. I think I did like 4 tweets yesterday, and it's the level of engagement between those is like laughably different. You know, what else is new? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Drama is a great way to create engagement. We've talked about this before. Yeah, but that's not what I was just making the statement. But typical. It's typical because I'm always like, and none of these folks are going to engage with anything I have to do before or after this in any way. And I was correct. And I was correct. It's alright. I'm still very happy. Much happier. Very proud. Very accomplished. I feel very accomplished. It's just usually in those moments of accomplishment is when that memory flip comes back in. I don't know why. Probably a trauma of some kind. Probably a traumatic response. I feel like there's probably some psychology to that. Look at the other way, though. There's definitely a not insignificant chunk of your audience now who doesn't even know. I know, it's amazing, Ray. It is amazing. I love it. I love it so much, man. You don't even know. You don't even know how much. I love it. It's so good. You're right on the money. There are a number of people that have zero idea, and I love it. I love it. Like, you have a genuine name as an artist. You're published in multiple books. Your Patreon is tremendous. Your merch covers the items of tons of people. Flattery will get you everywhere, Ray. I appreciate it, Ray. Always. I will always appreciate Ray. Raymond. One of the first inspirations. Ray is very tight. I know what you meant. Don't be airing my business. We know what you meant. Don't be airing my business. I'm flying on cylinders that I don't even own right now, metaphorically. I gotta do some... We gotta do some... blood. It is a zombie, you know. That's so funny. Don't be here in my business, Joey. That's too light. Too light. Dial it back a little. That's okay. Ray can dunk on me twofold. Let's see. Oh. That's why. I've been using the wrong brush. Forgot to switch back to the pencil brush. It was looking a little weird. Explain yourself. Oh, his teeth are like super white in this version. I guess I should actually do that. For some reason. He had really good dental care, I guess, in this version of him. Oh, I need to do some more of this green in his hair and like on his feet. It's so weird. Music's being weird. I'm like, don't let it be me. Don't let it be me. Don't let it be me, please. I'm just gonna assume it's like mold. It's gotta be. It's like really bizarre. He's like out, this one's like out in the valley. Smug Ray. I like that Brian swung by just to spam that shocked face and then he ran. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, is that it? Is that our second zombie? I think it is. So, I don't need this anymore. So here's our first zombie on the left. That's the one that's already been shared. That is from Threed. He's always like in for 10 seconds and gone. You know, those celebrity types. Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered to stick around for the long term. It reminds me of like when Just Too Good would pop into the quarantine cast for just 10 seconds. Always made me laugh. All right, cool. So we're done with that. I'll duplicate that over to the main canvas. Boop. And there you are. Oh, so let me move. My system may not be the best, but it works for me. Because when I throw them down there, I know that they're already shared and I don't need to worry about it. And then the ones I stage up here in the upper left, I know are like the very next batch that need to go out. He needs to be a little bit larger. There we go. Save that. This is only turned out very handsome. That zombie is handsome? Oh, Ray. That's a charming zombie. Yeah, here's our two zombies. And I don't think there's any more. I think it was just those two recolors of this character. Do we see any more of that zombie? No. I think most characters just have one recolor. There's a couple that have three, but most just have... Yeah, so that's it. That's the last time I will draw this zombie. So those are the two zombies. The regular version, and then the, like, desert version. Which is odd, because he's definitely not in a desert. That is when he's, like, in the peaceful... It's like Peaceful Rest Valley. Or no. It's like something falls. Grapefruit Falls, maybe? Or is that a Mario thing? But it's like a bunch of streams and waterfalls and valley-like landscape. But I always saw him like, this is like the desert version. He's like all sandy. So yeah, that's all I got, folks. You have anything you want to talk about? Anybody got any questions? Anything you want to see? Anything you'd like me to share? Before I end the stream for today, because that is our 2 hours. And thank you guys, as always, for hanging out with me. Especially nice to see Vandal pop in earlier, and for the follow. Again, that is a fellow artist. I don't believe he streams, so that's why it's the only reason I hesitate to give him a proper shout out. But he's an awesome artist that I've gotten to know over at the convention circuit, traveling around New England. So he definitely is very active on social media. But I don't think he live streams. But it was awesome to see him pop in. And always nice to see some of my other streaming friends like JFreak, like Ike Man. Super awesome to have your support, especially because we're all doing the art thing. You know what I'm saying? Did we lose it? Did you lose it? Is the stream being weird? I did just get my very first alert for the stream quality. I got my first one, which maybe this is perfect that we're ending now. Because, yeah, I just got my very first alert on drop frames. Hey, we did pretty good, though. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end. Let's see, are there any other artists currently live streaming? Let's see. Let me take a look real quick. Did it stop? I am under the impression that you guys can hear me, but maybe you can. Oh. Well, that's stupid.